Trevor Phillips, probably the most misunderstood and misinterpreted character of the entire Rockstar Games franchise, and it's oddly killing us all as G's. Let me explain myself. But firstly, let's get a bit of a backstory concerning the three most influential game characters we all know from the game that's every Gen Z's childhood, GTA 5. In the opening of the game, we're introduced to our leading protagonist, Franklin Clinton. Franklin being the representation of modern African American gangbangers with a background from the hood and a typical rags to riches story, being the embodiment of hustle culture at its peak. He finds himself in love with a character by the name of Tanisha, who is his ex, that goes on to marry a doctor in search of a more functional life.
Hey baby, I'm just trying to tell you I care about you.
You care about yourself. I need someone real in my life. We wasted years on this bullshit and you still the same. I want a family. I need some security in my life. Goodbye, Franklin.
Now this video isn't centered around Franklin, so I won't make an in-depth opinion of him in this video, but comment down below if you do want to see that. And now we move on to meet our second character, Michael Townley, who fakes his death, changes his last name to DeSanta, and moves to the other side of the country to restart his life with his family. Though Michael is portrayed as the high-life retired school guru of theft and heist missions, he seems to embody the underwhelming and rather depressing character of modern-day men who are victims of societal indoctrinations, such as him being cucked by his cheating wife, Amanda, and still striving to rehabilitate their relationship, his firstborn daughter, Tracy, an over-sexualized hoe who seeks validation through social status and rising to fame, and lastly, his degenerate son, Jimmy, who has no purpose or direction in his life. And yeah, all these problems come back to point at one person being the cause, Michael. Not because he's a dysfunctional, murdering psychopath, big-time thief of a husband and father.
Alright, you are just a lame and angry psycho sometimes. You do bad shit and things. I don't know if I love you, and I'm pretty sure I hate you a little bit, but I'm just so fucking upset that we can't even see each other. And you're just a drunk, lame dad.
That might just be the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
But because he believed that he was the problem. And so he tried to make up for everything through giving them all they could want on a material basis, instead of addressing the root of their issues altogether. Though they end up attending family therapy, it still seems as though they get nowhere solid, all because Michael has no frame as a man, all to please the very thing he's burnt down, his family. This is where Trevor comes into the mix. Trevor Phillips, probably the most controversial character ever. Trevor is the embodiment of a dysfunctional psychopath who lives life on nothing but his terms, feeling no captivation whatsoever to conforming to any societal norms. He's a bit like the character of Tyler Durden, who I'll go on to analyze next, so comment down below if you want to see that. His nihilistic and primal view of the world leads him to the true freedom that is an insatiable desire in all of us men. In his introduction scene of the game, we're given a view of him fucking some chick who isn't even his. After he reaches climax, he goes outside to find a boyfriend of this chick awaiting in agitation, Johnny. But Trevor's disregard for his presence and dismay causes him to just cuss him out like a little bitch. Now Trevor, on the other hand, being the extremely volatile and prone to rage individual he is, he manipulates Johnny into being emotional and crying as he expresses sorrow. He then kills him in cold blood with a beer bottle and stomping out his head. It's pretty gruesome, I know. From there on, we see his rampage serial killing spree aspect as he murders Johnny's entire biker gang in their trailer park. I mean, what's more animalistic than conquering other men in such vicious manners, all cause he took fuck you personal? Now is arguably the biggest lunatic, but that still doesn't deter him from living life on his own terms 101% of the time. This man has no sin potential in his DNA and zero to no empathy, aside from the part when he had an affair with a notorious drug lord's wife, but that's a story for another time. He has a top of the food chain mentality to win, with him being the richest of the three characters, owning America's biggest drug and arms dealing syndicate and occasionally with oil business called Trevor Phillips Enterprises, and still fails to fall into the ostracizing trap of consumerism that subtly degenerates society. With this, we see that within the male archetypes, he precisely fit the description of the warrior, a Sigma male who lives his life to the drum of his own beat. We see this primitive instinct to emerge itself through the people such as younger John Jones and younger Mike Tyson. Trevor Phillips experiences freedom on levels we can never. If you found value and enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time.